what does one do if they're gay? I know what lying with men is according to the Torah. Well, if I answer this question, then most likely TikTok is going to throw me off. So I will answer this question. So if TikTok throws me off, then you guys can go to bh.live and then continue watching this video. I'm never going to run away from a question just because of fear of the TikTok terrorists. But nonetheless, homosexuality is forbidden according to the Torah. There are multiple verses in the Torah that forbid the act of homosexuality. That's just simply a reality. Okay? LGBTQ and all of the other pronouns and non-pronouns that they're using, all that stuff, it's all forbidden according to the Torah. Now, if a person has attraction to the same type of gender that they have to understand that it's not that they're attracted to the same gender, they're attracted to something that they are not. So, if they think, when a man thinks that he's attracted to another man, that's not because he's attracted to men. That's because he's attracted to something masculine. He's attracted to something masculine because he himself is feminine. This is why you will see very often the homosexual couples are opposites of each other. No different than, regular couples. The men and women are different from each other. Women are more likely to be feminine. Here we go, got thrown out. I knew it. Women are more likely to be feminine. Men are more likely to be masculine. So if a person is going to go to somebody and say, listen, you're feminine, and the guy is feminine, that guy that's a feminine guy is not going to be attracted to a feminine girl. He's not going to be attracted to a feminine girl. So what's the solution? Simple. Find a masculine girl. You find a masculine girl, you can still fulfill all of the mitzvot. Very simple. Now, as far as the Holy Torah, Torah does not accept homosexuality, LGBTQ, all that filth under any condition whatsoever. It's never permitted. It will never be permitted. It will always be against the Torah. And in fact, it's not only a sin against the Torah to be homosexual, as far as acting upon it, but it's even more of a sin to support homosexuals in such a fashion like some people do in the Jewish community, especially in the modern Orthodox world, where they're allowing people that are publicly desecrating the name of God by publicizing their homosexuality to the world, like this comedian who is literally making a joke out of the Torah, and a joke out of Hashem, and a joke out of Judaism, but is being hosted by yeshivot, synagogues, Shabbatons, this guy named Modi. Now, before I knew he was homosexual, I saw a couple of clips of some of the things he said, and he's a very funny person. But the second somebody brought to my attention that he's not only homosexual, he is one of those proud homosexuals that he's married to another man, and he has a whole article written about his relationship with this other man and how it's okay to be an Orthodox Jew or a Jew and keep Shabbat but still be married to a man somehow. And this disgusting distortion of the Torah is being accepted by some people in the Jewish community, where they're allowing him to perform in Orthodox Jewish Pesach events, Orthodox Jewish yeshivot, Orthodox Jewish synagogues.
Hi everybody, it's Modi. We just did the Ranana show in Kfar Saba. The people of Hatzalah, just to show you how they work, they were able to switch the theater the same day, call everybody, text. Thank you all for Lizron.
He himself is publicizing his complete heretical ideology that it's perfectly fine to be married to a guy as a Jew, and they're accepting him. This is like bringing Jesus to speak at your synagogue. This is like bringing, I don't know, Gandhi to go speak at your yeshiva. This is like bringing literally the enemies of Jews to speak to the Jews. Why? You're going to say, no, but he's just doing comedy. No, you're not understanding. When you are supporting somebody that is distorting the Torah, somebody that is publicizing their complete indifference to the truth of the Torah, you are supporting them, and not only supporting them, you are actually bringing them into the Jewish community. You are yourself becoming a partner to the crime. And every single person that supports this, supports him or anybody like him in Jewish communities, will have to pay the bill in Gehenom at some point when they leave this world, and they will be embarrassed in such a fashion that literally they're going to regret the day they were born for something that they didn't even necessarily care about. Something that was not relevant to them. They just thought, no, whatever, we just want to bring a comedian. No, you're not understanding. Bringing a comedian that makes fun of the Torah, that's bringing in somebody like Korach to your synagogue. That's like bringing somebody that is literally an enemy of the Torah. If he was homosexual but in hiding, like the previous generation. Homosexuality is not a new sin. It existed since the beginning of time, unfortunately. Dor HaMabul, the generation of Noach, was destroyed because of homosexuality and wasting seed and all of that immorality. Mitzrayim, homosexuality. Rambam paskins l'halacha that the women are forbidden. We learned from Mitzrayim. We learned from Egypt. So the point is that this stuff is not new. Sinners have always existed, but at least in the past, most of people that would do stuff like this would do it in private. If he was like the previous generation, did it in private, and no one really knew about it, except close family and friends, okay, it's one thing. You don't know. You invited him. You're not a partner to the crime. But he himself is publicizing it in the media. And he himself is saying that he's even changing his jokes and his content in order to actually celebrate this and publicize this filth. Which means you're in a Jewish community, you're going to start hearing LGBTQ jokes. It's literally bringing a missionary to a synagogue. What rabbi would do such a thing? Oh wait, there's a few. All joking aside, this is the reality. The reality is anyone that brings people that are publicly protesting against God in such a fashion, not only is that person an enemy of God, but anyone that supports him, anyone that attends the show, anyone that doesn't speak out against it, anyone that is involved in some way and doesn't do something about it, that person is going to be charged and is going to have to pay the bill. And of course, everybody's going to have a different bill based on their level of support. But this was certainly a disgusting new development in the so-called religious world that is so comfortably numb in some parts that they forgot that homosexuality is not only a sin for the individual, it's a sin for the supporters too. It's not a matter of homosexuality being in a private homes. Nobody publicizes their, at least not normal people, publicizes their normal behavior at home. No one does that. But when these people publicize their despicable behavior in such a fashion that they force it down society's throat, and even more than that, they put God's name on it as if this is okay, as if he signed off on it, this is heretical, this is apikorsut, this is amin. This is a person that is no different than a Christian missionary. This is no different than a spiritual terrorist of the highest kind. According to halacha. If somebody cares about halacha, they're going to care about everything I just said. Somebody doesn't care about halacha, they're going to make fun of everything that I said. So it all depends which camp you're in. You're either with Korach and his followers, or you're with the people that follow Moshe Rabbeinu. Simple. But how did I know that this TikTok is going to throw me off? Because unfortunately, many times that we've been thrown off, the only common denominator that they all had is that as soon as I mention anything relating to homosexuality, one of these filthy beasts complains, and that's it. It gets thrown off. Meaning they can say whatever they want to say about normal people. They can educate and miseducate society. Nobody says a thing. Nobody's allowed to say a thing. But the second that you even speak about the subject and how it's simply, again, we're not even saying do anything bad to them. We're simply saying this is unacceptable according to our 3,000-year-old religion. That's it. You're not allowed to speak up. This is obviously shows you that the truth is not what they're looking for. And that's what it is. But for us to not speak out the truth is simply not, it's not part of the equation. We're not going to, I knew that I was going to get thrown off, but we still have to do it because, again, for the sake of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, there is no limitation. If that means that we'll get thrown off, we'll get thrown off. That means that we're going to have less people. Whatever it is. You don't publicize less Torah just because there's going to be hurdles in the way. Let's see. Can you share one or more